Live from WTVO Rockford and your home team. Eyewitness News at 5 starts now.
Illinois' Attorney General releases a report that details child sexual abuse by Catholic church clergy members across the state.
A change is coming outside Dixon High School. It honors the man who risked his life to stop a school shooter.
And 2 Rockford organizations announced they're teaming up. We take a look at the new partnership between Rockford Rivets and Rockford Rescue Mission. Good evening, I'm Mimi Murphy.
And I'm Tom Lewis. Eric Wilson is off tonight. Thank you so much for joining us.
Illinois' Attorney General releases a report that details child sexual abuse by members of the Catholic clergy.
The almost 700-page report covers all 6 dioceses in Illinois, including Rockford. According to Attorney General Kwame Raoul, his office found nearly 2,000 survivors of clergy abuse, the oldest case going back 70 years. The most recent was in 2010. Prior to the more than 4-year investigation, dioceses had disclosed 103 abusers. This investigation found 451. 24 of those abusers came from the Diocese of Rockford. Raoul hopes the report helps survivors.
Decades of Catholic leadership decisions and policies have allowed known child sex abusers to hide, often in plain sight. And because of the statute of limitations has frequently expired, many survivors of child sex abuse at the hands of Catholic clerics will never see justice in a legal sense. But it is my sincere hope that this report will shine light on those who violated their positions of power and trust to abuse innocent children, and on the men in church leadership who covered up that abuse.
That report also shows the Rockford Diocese has made significant progress in the child abuse crisis, but says policies and procedures still fall short in addressing past abuse. In response to this report, Catholic Diocese of Illinois released its process for handling allegations of sexual abuse. The Archbishop of Chicago saying, quote, "At this time, working with the Office of the Attorney General of Illinois, the leaders of all 6 Illinois dioceses endeavored to make clear and update our approach, mindful of our lived experience and best practices in this field. Our common goals in doing so are to ensure that we offer pastoral support to those affected by this tragedy and to work diligently to prevent it from occurring again." You can find the AG's full report and the Church's response on mystateline.com.
A man's arrested accused of sexually assaulting a woman during a massage appointment. 47-year-old Willie Smith Jr. is charged with criminal sexual abuse and criminal sexual assault. According to police, Monday, the woman visited Asha Salon and Spa in Cherry Valley for a scheduled massage. She was told her regular therapist had canceled and Smith Jr. would take their place. According to reports, Smith is a licensed massage therapist. Officers say the woman was assaulted towards the end of the massage. Smith was booked into the Winnebago County Jail and held without bond. Here at Eyewitness News, we're committed to supporting survivors of sexual and domestic abuse. We have a list of resources that can help anyone who may be struggling. You can find that by going to mystateline.com and clicking on the Stateline Strong tab.
Well, beware of multiple scams if you're hoping to land tickets to Taylor Swift's concerts in Chicago next month. The Better Business Bureau says its scam tracker is receiving multiple complaints about people losing their money in Chicago and other cities where Swift is performing. One person reported $350 was lost in a Craigslist transaction. The BBB says fraudsters will copy and paste an actual electronic ticket and then sell it to purchasers who later get denied at the gate. The organization recommends people purchase tickets at the box office or from a venue's official site. Also, always use a credit card. Taylor Swift will be in Chicago June 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. If you're planning to travel for the Memorial Day holiday, you can expect lots of company. Department of Transportation expects flights to meet or exceed pre-pandemic levels. 51,000 flights are expected to take off on Thursday alone. Last year, airline staffing shortages and other problems caused widespread delays and cancellations, and Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg says this will be the system's first big test of the summer.
This weekend will be a test of the system. We're working collaboratively with the airlines wherever we can to take steps that are going to help them reduce congestion and increase capacity. And then when things go wrong, we're using our tools to press airlines to continue improving customer service.
Secretary Buttigieg also urged travelers to check out the USDOT airline customer service dashboard that lets travelers know what kind of compensation they're entitled to for delayed or canceled flights.
A part of the road outside Dixon High School will have a new honorary name. It will now be called Mark Dallas Way. The name's to recognize the school resource officer who stopped a school shooting back in 2018. The Dixon City Council approved the addition last week, while the school board approved the change last night. The high school will keep its same address at Lincoln Statue Drive. The honorary section of the road will go from Peoria Avenue past the school to the football field. The school board said it hopes to get the new signs in by May 30th, which is Mark Dallas Day across the state. As the Rockford Rivets get ready for their home opener next week, they announce a new partnership.
Yeah, the Rivets have teamed up with Rockford Rescue Mission for the game next Wednesday. A portion of each ticket sold using the code RRM23 will go to the mission. Also, those who bring donations of laundry detergent, canned fruit or vegetables will receive a souvenir. Rockford Rescue Mission's Charmel Jacobs, along with her daughter, will sing the national anthem. One of the members will also throw out the first pitch. Jacobs says both organizations are very excited for this partnership.
Anyone that comes here to volunteer, to serve, to work, you find out you get so much back compared to what you give. And that's what happens with these partnerships with businesses and organizations like the Rockford Rivets. They'll come and help us out a little bit. They let us come out to the games and promote the rescue mission, help people to know that we're around and what we do.
The game will start at 6:35. For a link to where you can buy tickets, check out our story at mystateline.com.
It will be a year in August since lightning struck the oldest Catholic church in Rockford, causing the church to go up in flames. But the church has been in the process of rebuilding.
Nikel Delgado talked to church's parishioners. Nikel, what do they have to say?
Well, Mimi and Tom, St. James was founded in 1853 and is the oldest Catholic church in the city. Nearly 8 months after the fire, the church is slowly making repairs to be able to fully be back open again.
We had a lightning strike back in August that started a fire in the back of the church above the altar.
In August of 2022, a fire devastated Rockford St. James Catholic Church. Parishioner Anna DeRocher says she and many others had concerns over what would happen next.
I was married here, my kids were baptized here. You worry about, will we be able to rebuild? Will we still have our church? Is the damage so bad that we won't be able to go back?
Days after the fire, they were able to hold Mass again in the Beauvais Center behind the church, and renovations began not too long after that. Rockford Fire estimated the flames and smoke caused about $3 million in damages.
The damage is still being assessed, and the cost to replace everything that was in the church is still being assessed. It's taken quite a while to get to where you see behind me, with the roof being replaced and tuck pointing being done and stuff like that.
Anna says the church is taking this opportunity to not only repair what was damaged by the fire, but to also add some upgrades to the building, like putting bathrooms on the first floor and a new updated sound system.
Which I think is going to be a better way for all of us to come together and worship together.
The repairs to St. James Catholic Church are expected to take at least 2 years to complete. Tom, Mimi?
Now, your first warned weather forecast from Chief Meteorologist Candace King.
Well, good evening. Welcome back. You know, the weather's been so beautiful here these last couple of days. We thought, why stay in the studio? Let's go out and enjoy some of the warmth we've had here as temperatures have made it into the 80s. We've worked our way down a trail here out at Loudon State Park. Beautiful, just absolutely gorgeous to be out. No matter what you've got going on, no excuse not to get out. I mean, it is a little warm, I will say, as temperatures are in the mid 80s, but right along the Rock River, plenty of sunshine. Just a gorgeous afternoon. And we've got a nice stretch of weather too coming up. Temperatures will be dropping a little here these next couple of days, but we will soon see those 80s return by the time we get into the weekend. Now, as I mentioned, we've had nothing but blue sky out there this afternoon. Little haze, though, notice. You may see that here across the SkyTrack cameras. We go a little further upstream along the Rock River, looking over downtown Rockford here late this afternoon and evening. Clear skies will stay with us as we go throughout this evening. Same thing going into tonight, but there is an air quality alert that remains in effect for southern Wisconsin And this will run until 11 o'clock here tonight. As the sunny skies, warm temperatures, low humidity, and southerly transport of the pollutants, mostly the smoke up north, air quality considered unhealthy for sensitive groups. So if you do have asthma, children, some of the elderly, just keep that in mind. May not necessarily be the greatest there north of the state line, just in terms of air quality. 83 our temperature in Freeport, 82 right now in Janesville, 84 in Rockford. Our dew point temperatures aren't significantly high, but it is warm. I know a couple of folks said, well, I had to break down and turn on the air conditioning. Yeah, things warm up in a hurry, especially when you don't have much in the way of cloud cover. And we are really lacking that here across much of the Midwest, the Great Lakes. You see a couple severe thunderstorm warnings to the north and then to the south across parts of Texas, and then a little bit further there across the southern region. Cold front up to the north, working down the upper Great Lakes. That'll move in our direction as we look through the afternoon tomorrow. Now, our temperatures are going to drop, but the core of that coldest air will stay situated over the northeast. We get a little bit of a cooler air mass coming in, and you'll know when that air mass arrives by the wind. The wind will pick up from the northeast tomorrow, gusting at times close to 25 to even 30 miles per hour. But when we look at our temperatures, we're about 10 degrees colder tomorrow. So we are still going to make it into the 70s and pretty much close to where we should be, upper 70s a little further to the west. Thursday will be our coldest day. Could be a couple of locations that don't make it out of the 60s, but should feel fairly comfortable and will hold on and maintain that sunshine. By the time we get into Friday, temperatures will be warming back through the 70s, and then we see the 80s return for the weekend. Now, our wind has been light. Every once in a while, we've had a breeze here and there, but the wind is going to pick up tomorrow from the northeast. This will be in the afternoon and evening, 25, 30 mile per hour wind gusts, and that'll carry us over into tomorrow night. Thursday also going to be a little breezy with that easterly wind, 20 to 25 miles per hour, and we'll hold on to a little bit of a breeze here as we head into Friday. Now, dry stretch of weather coming up. As I've mentioned before, this does have me a little concerned, especially given the fact that it's been a while since we've had really any decent measurable rainfall, and the extended outlook, which takes us through the beginning of June, actually has us with a higher probability for below average precipitation. As of today, we are at an inch deficit of where we should be for the month of May, and I don't think we see any rainfall as we round out the end of the month. Temperatures tonight will drop down into the 50s. We'll see some cloud cover increase as we head through the afternoon and evening tomorrow. Thursday we'll start off with some cloud cover, and then an increase in sunshine as we look into the afternoon. Temperatures in the upper 60s. So for tonight, we are down to 56 degrees. We've got a few evening clouds that'll work in. Otherwise, a warm evening, mostly clear overnight. A light wind for us. 73 for tomorrow afternoon. Winds will pick up for the afternoon. Cooler air settles in. Thursday night could be a couple of spots flirting with the upper 30s, guys, when you wake up Friday morning. So a cooler start. I don't think the frost potential is too high Friday morning, but something we'll have to kind of keep an eye on here these next couple of days. But notice those temperatures through Memorial Day weekend. We stay mostly dry. Our next chance of rain may not arrive until Tuesday. If that, at the earliest, could be pushed back towards the middle to end of the week.
Now sports with sports director Scott Leber.
The Bears have amped up their off-season workouts. They're going through their first week of organized team activities. These OTAs are voluntary, but pretty much everybody has shown up, and that includes Justin Fields, who opened some eyes today when he connected with new receiver DJ Moore on a deep ball down the sideline. On defense, new linebacker Tremaine Edmonds had an interception, picking off backup QB PJ Walker. Bears will have more OTAs each of the next 2 weeks. The NFL owners have approved another rule change, this one on kickoffs. From now on, a team that makes a fair catch on a kickoff anywhere on the field will take possession of the ball at the 25-yard line. This change is in response to all the pop-up kicks teams have been trending toward in recent years, which have led to more balls being returned and more concussions happening. Concussions have gone up in the NFL the last 2 years. I'll give credit to Aaron Rodgers for showing up at the Jets OTAs, but he wasn't able to fully participate today. He's been slowed by a calf injury. He said he tweaked it during pre-practice conditioning. He says it's not serious. He spent most of the practice just roaming around the field. Well, we know the Denver Nuggets are in the NBA Finals. Tonight, the Miami Heat will try to join them. The Heat will try to pull off a sweep of the Celtics, just as the Nuggets did to the Lakers. Game 4 of the Eastern Conference Finals will be played in Miami, and the Heat are trying to become only the second 8th seed in an NBA playoffs to reach the finals. The Celtics are trying to avoid the embarrassment of folding like a cheap lawn chair.
Miami Heat's playing better basketball in the last 3 games than us. We got some plays that may look like we out there and that we're not giving effort, but we definitely getting outperformed.
We can't worry about, the last 3 games. We can't worry about, our mistakes in those last 3 games. We got to come out and everything focus has to be on tonight.
Temperatures as we go through the night tonight will drop back into the 50s. We've got a clear sky out there. The First Warn interactive radar always on mystateline.com. That also stays fairly dry. Could be for at least the next week or so. Temperatures, as I mentioned, down to about 56 degrees tonight. We're up to 73 tomorrow. Winds will pick up a little for our Wednesday afternoon. Cooler on Thursday, but we will see those numbers climb going into the weekend. Memorial Day weekend looks absolutely gorgeous. Warm as temperatures make it back into the 80s. Hopefully you're able to get out and enjoy the weekend. Maybe come out to Loudon State Park. We're going to head a little south of here for the 6 o'clock. We'll see you then.
All right, looking forward to see where you end up. Thanks, Candace.
Thanks, Candace. Have a great night, everybody.